I'm going to ask this question again, and hopefully the answer sounds literally just as good as it started out. But what was it like first time that you put on a U.S. men's national team training kit?
Yeah, in the moment, like when I seen it, like with my I had my name tag and everything, I was just like, wow, like this is really happening right now. It was kind of a surreal moment because obviously as a player, you always want to at least get called up into your national team camp, and it kind of shows that you're on the right path. So it was definitely a surreal moment, but yeah, couldn't words can't really explain too much.
Take the timeline from seeing Mauricio Pochettino at the playoff game to now. What's it kind of been like? When did the conversation start? And when did you get an idea that this could happen? And what's it obviously been like?
Yeah, so obviously, leading into the last Orlando game, um, we're preparing for the game, and you scroll on social media and you see like, oh, Mauricio Pochettino is going to be at the game, and automatically you're like, all right, like, I mean, who is he going to be watching? So I knew at that moment it was one of them ones where I had to just go into the game, play the way I know I can play free, but also show like my abilities because obviously like if I have a decent enough game like and continue on the way I was going throughout the season, like I have a chance to get called. So for me it was just going at it. I had a couple of good moments in the game, but ultimately like I didn't really know I was gonna get called in, but I kind of backed my performance this year, especially with the kind of goals I scored and the amount I played this year, and obviously my position too. I know I could bring something different in specific areas, so I had a feeling that like as time went, I had a potential to get called in.
I'm good.
All right, thanks, Carol.
Hey, Pat, congratulations.
Hi, how are you? Thank you.
Good. You answered the question about your new hairdo. It was that day, huh?
No, it's just it's hot over here, so having my hair out, it's a lot to take care of. So I wanted to just get my hair to just not to worry about it as I played and trained.
All right, both ways are good. Thumbs up for both.
Thank you.
So who called you? How did you get the actual call?
Actually, I was training in Connecticut. I was training with my friend and one of my like training coaches over there. And then the club, Bobby and called me and texted me actually. He was like, "Hey, call, got some news for you." And then he told me. I was like, "Oh wow, this is crazy." And then like the admin here ended up calling me about like 20 minutes after just to congratulate me and tell me that he's gonna give me more information.
Did you run home and yell it to your parents and your brothers, or did you?
See, if I could run at the time, I was tired. I just literally finished the session. So if I could run, I could have run. But I was like, I told them, and they were going crazy. They were just so happy for me, and it was definitely a great feeling, great moment.
What kind of, well, first of all, Dean said that he had had a talk with you and wanted you to feel like you belong, to go in with confidence. Did that help you going into camp?
Yeah, I mean, of course, at the end of the day, he's like my head coach, and he told me right when it happened, like that I deserve it and that he like believes in me. He believes in my ability and he says just go out there and show what you can do. Like I know what you can do, but now you gotta show the national team now and show your ability. So I went at it full confidence, knowing I have the backing of my team behind me and the staff, and I just know that as long as I play my game, I'll be able to show what I can do.
What's been your favorite feedback so far, whether it be from another player, from a coach, someone who recognized you, you didn't think knew who you were?
Yeah, it's been kind of cool, So like the guys here has been really cool. It's been funny because a lot of guys like ask me about like my story and like my journey, and they're like, this kind of a like they enjoy hearing how I came up the ranks from playing like college to where I got to now. And the coaching staff has been always asking me questions about like how I play and what position I'd like to be, but they just really want me to just express myself. The feedback I've been getting, especially on the field, has been to just like be able to do what I know I can do and be able to play confident. So it's kind of ideal for me is the way that they're talking to me. So yeah, it's been good.
Thanks, Pat.
Welcome. Thank you.
Jorge? Hey, Patrick, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, my
Um,
friend.
my question's more along the lines of, I guess just walk me through, man, from D3 to getting a call up to US national team. I mean, that doesn't happen often. And like, you know, are there moments that you look back at now where I guess things were hard and you kind of persevered through or had the mentality that, you know what, things will work out for me?
Yeah, yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, it was hard. It was hard, I can't lie. It's you compare yourself to people in your position and you compare yourself to people that are playing in higher levels than you, especially in the moment, and it gets hard. But for me, it was just I had the utmost faith and confidence in myself. I just was like, I need an opportunity to show what I can do, and I just kind of stuck with it. Even the hard days, I think the passion and the love I have for the sport drove me no matter what. Even when people told me I couldn't do it, I couldn't play Division One, I heard it. Like I couldn't make it pro, I heard it. So it's one of those where I had a tight circle that kept me pushing, but ultimately I just loved the game so much that it just drove me. So.
I love that. Um, Talk to me about the level that you're noticing, right? I mean, like these are some of the best players in the country, right? What are you noticing on this level of this camp? Obviously, Pochettino's kind of looking at some new players.
Yeah, it's definitely high level. Speed of play is there, intensity is there, the cleanness of the game is there. The concentration level has to be high. Like this is everything I think I wanted to be in an environment, especially in the beginning of the season. And I've learned so much, like I've adjusted well. I've got good feedback, and I just feel very confident going into these next couple of games. So it's been really good, and I know like this momentum like I'm carrying right now, I'll definitely be able to carry on through the season.
Right. Nice. And then maybe did you have any conversations with Tim Ream heading into the call up, or what kind of conversations did you maybe have that you could share with us?
I mean, we didn't talk as much going into it, but we saw each other at the airport. And we started like kind of talking there, and he was just giving me like what to expect, but he was like, ultimately, I can't tell you too much until you experience it. And I remember a couple of days after, I said, yeah, you're right. All you could have said wouldn't have even helped anyway. Like I just had to experience it. But he believes me. He backs me. He said like you're gonna do well, like you're gonna play well. Just do what you know to do. Focus on the controllables and just keep your head down and work hard, and then everything will work itself out. So I've been doing that so far.
Nice. And then last one for me is there any player or somebody there that you've connected with that maybe, maybe it's their first time or they've been around that like you've kind of have a vibe with now?
Yes, most of the guys, to be fair. A lot of guys that I've really been cool with. Um, there's George Campbell, Mecca, um, Max Arston, Jesus Ferreira. Like a lot of those guys are really cool. We just were kind of like the younger group, especially. So we just all got together and just got really cool with each other. So yeah, it's a lot more guys. I'm just a little tired right now. We just literally just got back from training. So, but there's a lot more guys that I talk to. It's a good group.
No problem. Well, thanks again, Pat, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jorge. We'll go to Steve and then next to Mike.
Okay, well, Spurs are up 1-0, so life is good. Um, okay, getting back to Tim, when he was on with the national team Zoom earlier, he had talked about his first time in the first January camp that he had gone to. Um, Everybody was about the same age, things like that. He is definitely a veteran in this camp. Are you seeing uh, him in more of a leadership and almost even a mentoring mode to some of the younger players who are there now?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I remember once I got here, I was kind of like, you're a little nervous. It's like you just want to make the right impressions, and he took me under his wing right away. Took other guys under, like the guys that especially were new to it. Introduced us to everyone. Made us feel comfortable. Shared what he had to share. Like he's been doing a really good job, and he's definitely taking that leadership role, especially being a vet. And can't express how happy we are to have him here.
And there's always a measuring stick when you're at a camp like this or any others. Well, first of all, back in Connecticut and such, did you have any experience with ODP or, development academy camps or things like that? Were you in any of those for, you know, early player identification back in your teens?
No, I
Okay,
just
so
played smaller club. That was it.
okay, and no one found you at that point. Were you excelling at that point that you should have been found on, at a younger level?
Um, Honestly, like I can't really tell. I know when I was playing when I was younger, like I was I was pretty good for my age group, like, but I didn't know what to kind of go to. I didn't know who to reach out to. It was just me just having fun, and I didn't really like. Obviously, I wanted to play in academies and stuff, but one, the academies around me you have to pay, and two, like I don't think I was that. They weren't really looking at me, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I was at that level of where I am now. So it was it is what it is.
And every level you go up in the game, it becomes, more responsibility when you're in college. It's a full-time job there as well with things. A long time ago, I had interviewed John Harkes when he was at Sheffield Wednesday. And when he was with the national team, he had commented like the top guys pretty much had their job. The pool was not nearly as deep as it is now with the US. And he said that at Sheffield, he learned about what they called the competitive cauldron, that he had to earn his job every day. Do you feel that that's what you're facing, not just with this national team camp, but also in Charlotte on a daily basis, that you have to, work your hardest to make your case?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, position I play is it's very competitive, and I feel like at the end of the day, it's kind of simple. Like the media and everything makes it seem simple. As just, as a striker, you got to score goals. So, yeah, you got to fight for your position no matter what. And I think it's a good thing to be in that position because you know you're doing something right. So at this camp, I've been fighting for the nine position. When I go back to Charlotte, I'll be doing the same, but it's nothing that phases me because I've been doing that my whole life. So I definitely enjoy it, and I just hope to just keep as I am fighting for my spot. I keep developing and getting better, and keep improving my game because that's all I want to do.
And measuring yourself in this camp, do you feel that you're doing that to the level that you want to?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think this camp has been long. Can't say long, but I think this camp has given me enough time to show what I can do.
And you feel you belong here with this group?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Last call for questions. We'll go to Mike.
Pat, good to see you. Congratulations. Let me join the long list of congratulations for you. Kind of following up on Steve's point about your game and what this camp has shown you. Do you, I know it's your first trip, but has the thought crept in about this could become the norm for you for the next 10, 15 years of being a guy on the US national team? If you obviously you've got to continue to do the work and put in the time, but have you entertained that kind of a thought?
That's actually a great question. Thank you. I mean, it's funny. Like ultimately, yeah. Ultimately, this is what you want to do. Like I would love to be in a position where I'm not always getting a call up, and competing in these big major tournaments. But right now, it's kind of being step by step, just taking it at a time, and just starting to get my feet wet in this specific environment. And that's with these couple games coming up. So I definitely want to measure myself up, but I think this is what I would ultimately want to be doing. In my career, I want to be an international player. So regular call ups, I want that to be in my resume, definitely. So
So this has kind of added some fuel to your fire for your future because I mean, you're a
yeah,
young guy.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
Last one for me. As you break this camp after the friendlies and everything, and you come back to Charlotte, do you anticipate? I mean, I don't know the best way to put this, but bringing what you've learned from this camp with you into the MLS and displaying those skills for FC. Because I mean, your numbers already suggest that you're a dangerous scorer, and I imagine you're going to pick up a couple of things here or there, working with Pochettino and your other teammates to learn some more things and put some more tools in the toolbox.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The staff here has been really good. Poch and his staff has really been giving me a lot of feedback in terms of what they want to see from me, what they like from me, and just increasing my arsenal going forward. So I think with that, now when I go to Charlotte, like with Dean and the staff, they already know me and they just want me to get better and add on to it. So I think that combination is like it's kind of like a perfect match in my eyes. Like it's gonna just take my game to the next level, and I'm excited to see how it goes this year.
We're excited for that as well. Thanks, Pat. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Queen's pitch and then we'll end with Willie.
Hey Pat, how are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Last year when we spoke to you about what your goal was, we didn't know that this was quite it, but we're excited for you. What is one of the most important things you've learned off the pitch with these guys? I'm training with the U.S. men's team.
Yeah, off the pitch is definitely you need to take some time to yourself. Definitely enjoy the moment, but don't let it skip over your head too quickly. I think a lot of times you try to think like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, instead of just like kind of being in the moment and enjoying it and making the relationships. I think the big thing for me I'm enjoying is making relationships with like players around the league and stuff, and talking to new people, talking to new staffs, and just meeting people and stuff like that, and building that connection because it's really nice to do so, and just enjoying the moment, like not letting it run away from me, thinking too far ahead, just taking each day at a time.
Great, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Willie P, and then quickly Carol under the buzzer.
Uh, Pat, have you been given, and again, I know it's different because there's two different friendlies and obviously they want to evaluate, but have they given you any idea of how much or any particular timing that you will play in either of the contests? And if so, what number will you be wearing if you do get a chance to be on the pitch?
I I have no idea. I have no idea about any of that yet. I haven't seen any jerseys yet, and we haven't really gotten into like the lineup for the game. He did. I'm pretty sure he mentioned the next 2 days is when we're gonna kind of have an idea of what the 11 is gonna be. But he said like for now we're just making sure the fitness and the tactics are down and before we get into like the video review and all that. So I have no idea, but we'll see soon.
And just from a standpoint of keeping tabs on what's going on with Charlotte, we heard from Dean the other day, and he said that they want to be ambitious, they want to talk about winning things. There's still a lot of, I think, aggrievement from the way the last year ended. How much have you kind of kept in touch and felt some of that urgency to turn what happened last year into a jumping off point into something bigger?
Yeah, last year definitely left a bad taste for me, and I know for the group. We were definitely pissed off of how it ended. So we don't even want to put ourselves in that position anymore. So top four should be the objective. I think we should get there. I think as long as we do what we did last year and more, I think it should be accomplished. And we go from there. I think we're a strong side this year, and I think we can compete for the trophy, 100%. So we're gonna go for it. I'm excited. I'm fired up for the season. I want to make a impact this year, a big impact.
Hope we see you on the field Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right, last one to Carol.
Pat, I'm just wondering if there was a sequence in practice or a goal you've scored, something, a move you made on someone that let you know you belonged with this group.
Yeah, like I've had a couple. We've done small sided. We've done 1v1, 2v2s, and I've had a good amount of victories in those specific situations. 1v1 beating a guy, scoring both feet, headers, and all that. Like I just feel good, like I feel I feel right up to par.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Pat.